Hey folks, how you doing? Hey, it's Monday, the 27th of January 2014. How y'all doing today? This is the Views Express Live. How are ya? I'm your host, Reverend Wayne S. Pierce. You can go to freeamericaradio.us, freeamericaradio.us. Yes, for the website. Check out a new, something I put up there on the blog, news blog, whatever. It's up there. Just go check out the page. There's a lot of great stuff up there. Yeah, Oklahoma wants to get rid of marriages. What? Yeah, because they don't want, they don't want to recognize same-sex marriage, so get rid of all marriages. That's what an attorney is doing. And basically, they're waiting for the appeals court, what decisions are going to go through there, yada, yada, yada. Hey, if you don't want to recognize one marriage, get rid of them all. Don't recognize any of them. Huh. Sounds logical to me, doesn't it? Not. Me and my coffee this afternoon, or this evening, depending. You're listening to the Views Expressed. From where you are, let me know where that is. If you are in the Spreaker side of things, go check it out. Spreaker.com/user/free liberty radio. And, go to the sponsors page at freeamericaradio.us. Check things out there. Those prices are good for until the end of January. After that page is coming down. Gonna redo some things, make things a little more, gonna make things a little better for you, save you a whole lot more. But anyway, what's on today's list of things to talk about? By the way, if you are in Chickamauga, Georgia area, you can hear this show on Waking Up the Masses 1650 AM, micro-broadcasting through the area. So thank you, Mr. Bob Brutus over at wakingupthemasses.com. So anyway, go to Free America Radio on Facebook. Yeah, I see a lot of people on Facebook saying, I'm going to get off here. People are assuming things. Oh, I don't like their opinion. Shut your big damn pie holes. People have an opinion. They're going to put it up there. You don't like it? Don't look at it. Don't read it. Go elsewhere. Hello? You got a brain in your head to figure out that if you don't like something, you can just walk away? See, I don't get that. People get all pissed off. They're acting like 4-year-olds. And then they decide, I'm going to quit. Good, quit. I got over 300 friends on my friends list on Facebook. Do I know all of them in person? No. Do they get pissed off at what I say? Yeah, but they don't threaten to leave Facebook. Do they... Have they unfriended me? No. Because they understand that a person's opinion is just that. If you don't like an opinion, so what? Big deal. Don't like reading a post on Facebook? Don't read the damn thing. That's what I'm saying. So go away. Enjoy your life. There's things to consider than sitting there complaining that complaining that you don't like somebody's post or opinion. So go away now. Speaking of which, I shall return right after this. Sharing the truth, one fact at a time. Defending liberty and freedom. Fighting the New World Order. This is the Free America Radio Network.
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Ah, damn politicians. My mother always told me this country would be screwed if the liberals had their way. The only sanity I get is when I listen to Jeff Wagner on the Conservative Voice, only on the Conservative Radio Network.
This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce, and I want to tell you of a DVD that I have watched. It's a very interesting one. It's a film by Alex Jones. It's called Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. For the New World Order, a world government is just a beginning. Once in place, they can engage their plan to exterminate 80% of the world's population while enabling the quote-unquote elites to live forever with the aid of advanced technology. For the first time, crusading filmmaker Alex Jones reveals their secret plan for humanity's extermination. Operation Endgame. That's Endgame by Alex Jones. Get it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com.
Sarasota's home for R&B and soul. The Razor Blade Express with Dave the Rave.
It's Spencer Hughes from The Spencer Hughes Show on Spreaker.com, and you're listening to The Views Express Live.
Get ready.
Hey folks, I'm back. Welcome back. Hey, this is The Views Express Live right here for the 27th of January, 2014. Yes, broadcasting to you from behind enemy lines in FEMA Region 9 from the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada. I hope your Monday's going really well. I've been hearing from a lot of people that there's something in the air. They just got this strange vibe going on. There's this strangeness that they cannot put their finger on, that something is not quite right. Well, it isn't. I can tell you that much. Hey, I want to tell you where else we can be heard, and it is on Waking Up the Masses, 1650 a.m., micro-broadcasting to the Chickamauga, Georgia area. So hello, all of you residents over there in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. This is The Views Expressed. If you want to email me, you can. Email me at freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com. Go to the website, freeamericaradio.us. Hey, we got to get out and do something, folks. We, the people of the United States of America, to form a more perfect union, we really have to get out and do something. Okay? You know, I can sit here all day long and motivate people through podcasts and being live on the air and all this, but you know what? Getting out and do something is a lot better. By the way, if you have an iPhone or an Android-powered phone, you can always download Live Stream. That's Live Stream. Or Quick, which is QIK. You can probably go to QIK.com and download that and go live as well. But the more that you film what's going on, the more it'll be on record. Now, always back it up. And you can always send it to your email address. Have a backup. You know, I was hearing from one of the reporters in Fullerton, California, on a show today, and she said that they took her SD card out of her phone. They took it and wouldn't give it back. So have a backup, folks. And if you broadcast live on live stream, you pretty much have a backup. So, and you can download that stuff too, I should know. But anyway, if you don't have a live stream account, go for it. You know, there's just so much going on. I mean, here in Nevada, I just read a headline. Haven't read the whole story yet, so I can't make any comments on the story itself. Who said what, why, all that. But here in Nevada, Governor Brian Sandoval is looking at legislation to ban same-sex marriages. And, excuse me, I'm using another browser, so if I sound like I'm skipping... Yeah. It says here, the RGJ Editorial Board, which is the Reno Gazette-Journal here in Reno, Nevada, on Sunday wrote that Governor Brian Sandoval and the Nevada Attorney General's office are well within their rights and authority to try to justify Nevada's ban on same-sex marriage before the federal appeals court. The editorial board, however, believes they are on the wrong side of history. And someone here said, what do you think? Should Nevada allow gay marriage, or is the ban justified? Now, I really don't. It to me doesn't matter. It used to. It used to matter big time to me. But here's the thing. We all have choices. We all have preferences, do we not? In Canada, there was a law passed, and you Canadians up there, correct me if I'm wrong, please, that Canada was going to recognize same-sex marriage, but leaving it up to the choice, leaving it to the choice of the pastors and all the ministers to whether or not they want to perform those marriages. Well, we all have a choice. We all have a preference. I have a friend who's a minister. She says she'll marry him. Doesn't matter. You know, I won't, but that's my choice. And I have a right to that choice. I'm getting to a point. Hang on to your shoelaces. Point is this. I don't care if it's gay marriage, Second Amendment rights, whatever. We have a choice. And that choice is either for freedom or tyranny. And if you allow a government to tell you or force you to accept something that is beyond your own moral compass, your choices have already been made and you only have one option. And that one option is to rebel against a tyrannical society and a tyrannical government. Now, that takes getting up and actually going and doing something, does it not? How about going to your city council? How about going to your county board of supervisors? How about going to your state capitol? How about going to, all of your politicians and force their hand? Oh, don't go without, information. Some of your city council meetings are open to the public for public input, basically, questions, answers, that kind of thing. Well, go there. Take all the information about fluoride in water, about chemtrails in the air, about the Bilderberg Group, about all of that, about Agenda 21. Go there and shove it in their face. Shove it in their face before they shove something in you. Or shove you in a place called a FEMA camp someplace. The bottom line is, folks, we have choices. We can either choose to defend our freedoms and liberties or not. And if we don't, remember Auschwitz? or all of those wonderful little camps over in Nazi Germany that were there to keep people safe because certain things were happening during the war, and they gassed over 6.5 million people and burned them and starved them and used them as labor for projects and worked them to death. You can read those stories in the actual history that came out from people who actually lived through it and was liberated by the British and American and military. It's like reading the letters from the Civil War, from the people on the ground in the war to their families, and from the families to their loved ones. You can get the heart of these people and understand that they had a choice. In America, in the Civil War and the War of Independence, they had a choice to stick up for freedom and liberty. In the Nazi death camps, they didn't have a choice. Where do you want to go? That's entirely up to you, isn't it? Let's go to Free America Radio on Facebook. NSA spying through Angry Birds and Google Maps. Leaked documents reportedly reveal. That's from, guess who? Fox News. Yes. It's on Free America Radio on Facebook. Go look that up. From Daily Caller, fewer people have health insurance now than in 2009. Really? Where's his promise that if you have a plan, you can keep your plan? Interesting. Now, get this. You want to laugh? Let's laugh, folks. Illinois tells residents to turn guns in to get free marijuana. That's from tellmenow.com. Yeah, you want me to say that again? Illinois tells residents to turn guns in to get free marijuana. Really? You see, the gun grabbers are really, really desperate now. Really desperate. From pandaunite.org, when the people fear the government, there is tyranny. When the government fears the people, there is liberty. Thomas Jefferson. There's a picture there of a big armored personnel carrier. It says, can we all agree that this is not okay? And that's from Common Ground Movement on Facebook, thecommongroundmovement.com. It's interesting that in some places, you'll see these armored personnel carriers. A couple of years ago, we were out here in Reno, out here at what's called Street Vibrations. We're just walking around enjoying all the festivities. We walked down this one alleyway. We came out into the main street. They have the street blocked off for this whole event. We turned to the left and voila. What do you think we saw? It said sheriff on the side. It was an armored personnel carrier. Folks, I ain't pulling the wool over your eyes. I'm going to tell you exactly how it is. The Pentagon, a few years back, told all the county sheriffs, hey, we've got surplus military equipment for you if you want it. All you got to do is pay shipping and handling. Well, guess who gets the foot to bill for that one, folks? And guess what? They picked it up. Have you seen the Federal Protective Services Homeland Security police vehicles around your area? Because I know I have here in Reno, Nevada. Folks, this is not the United States of America that was founded upon the principles of freedom and liberty. Oh, it was up until 1871 when it became the United States Incorporated. And the corporations took over. This is not what our founding fathers wanted for this country. By the way, did you know that when President Obama signed the NDAA into law December 31st, 2011, that he pretty much suspended and repealed posse comitatus? Yeah, didn't know that, did you? Because he's a freaking liar. They all are. Oh, they try to say this. Oh, yeah, we're trying to do this. I'm going to introduce a bill to do... The corporations, through their special interest groups and their lobbyists, are never, ever, ever, ever going to allow peace, freedom, and security to be a part of this country. Why? Because they want to enslave you. Why do you think the push to repeal, if not... to take your guns away from you, if not repeal the Second Amendment, is the hot issue right now. Slaves don't have guns, people. Oh, and by the way, and I know that Bob Brutus from WakingUpTheMasses.com is sitting here in the Spreaker chat, so please correct me if I'm wrong. The Democrats... many moons ago, created the Ku Klux Klan, along with a few other people in association with them. But I want you to look at something else as well in history. Oh, not the Fort Sumter or Sumter, incident that started all of the wars. No. Look at Fort Pillow. The commanding officer there of that fort was the one, if my memory serves me well, was the one that actually founded the Ku Klux Klan. Okay? Folks, my family has a very rich history, both on my mom and dad's side. And I can tell you, it's not a pleasant one. I can also tell you that by looking at history and putting two and two together, you can pretty much follow the trends that have taken place over the last 237 years of this country and realize what's happening. The powers that be that actually control Washington, D.C., which is a separate city-state, has nothing to do with the rest of the 50 states. They want to collapse the United States of America into a fascist third world country where you and I have no rights and cannot be armed. Can you, following the trends, connecting 2 plus 2, can you see where this is going? Can you say revolution number 2? Look at some of the information coming out of the UN. UN Agenda 21 policies are spreading throughout the United States. Did you know that Chinese military, back I believe it was in November last year, a couple months ago, landed in Hawaii for, natural disaster relief, disaster relief exercises or what? Did you know that? No, they're not going to mention that to you on the state-run media. Did you know that we have Israeli military on the U.S. soil? Do you know that we have Saudi military on U.S. soil? Do you know that we have Pakistani military on U.S. soil? Mexican military on U.S. soil, Canadian military on U.S. soil. Did you know that? Folks, we no longer live in the United States. We live in a North American Union. And those military personnel under UN guidance are out to take your guns. I am not a fearmonger, folks. Go look at the UN's own documents. And go put 2 and 2 together. I know you can. You're smart enough to do that. Think about it. Think about it, folks. What do you have to gain by standing in front of the city council and telling them, look, we know you're operating unconstitutionally? What have you got to gain? Oh, yeah, the bailiff may walk in, the security may walk in, take you out. But you better take other people with you and start screaming very, very loud. This happened before, and I can't specifically remember where it was, what city it was. But a bunch of people came into the city council meeting open to the public and began to yell and scream and say, get this stuff out of our water, get the fluoride out of the water, and start talking about all this stuff. They screamed so loud that the city council members got up and left. Didn't even finish the meeting, just got up and left. I've heard where city council members had resigned after that much tension in their meetings because they were on the side of the people. So what are you going to gain from all of your activism? May not be much. As far as, it wouldn't be huge like Hollywood blockbuster movie huge, but it would be enough to make them think, unless they're completely sold out to the New World Order. Then they have no soul, no empathy, no sympathy for you, and can care less about what you want. That's why you have to make them look at you. Have you noticed that some of the city council members, if you see those meetings on your cable access on TV, and some of them are televised, do you notice that some of the council members, when the general public is up talking to them, do not look at the people that are standing there talking to them? You've ever noticed that? When I grew up in Stockton, California, I was watching the city council meetings on TV, and I would notice that. And I'm like, wait a minute, how come these council members are not looking at the person talking? Because they don't want to look at you, because they know you're right and they're wrong, and they don't like it. So, anyway, folks, another day. It's almost the end of January, 27th of January, 2014. I'm so glad you're here, folks. Please go to freeamericaradio.us. Check out the sponsors page. For a few more days, those rates are good. After that, page is coming down. I'm going to have to retool some of the things. It's okay. It happens every now and then. If you have questions, no question is off limits. Please ask. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com. And after February 1st, or on February 1st, that email is going to change. So stay tuned, folks. I want to give a big shout out to the residents in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. You're listening to me on Waking Up the Masses, 1650 AM, micro broadcasting through that area. So welcome. Email me. Let me know you're hearing me. freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com.
Is he a conservative liberal, or is he a liberal conservative? You decide. You're listening to The Views Expressed with Reverend Wayne S. Pierce.
Get your morning started with the Morning Brew on 92.6 The Blitz. Music from the 60s, 70s, and more. The Blitz 92.6. Go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. With her unique, fast-paced, witty sarcasm, Angel Clark brings you the news of the day with a creative twist. Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern on radiofreedom.us. You can also listen to her live on the Liberty Radio Network at lrn.fm. What is reality? The foundation of reality is based on many concepts. Each person perceives reality differently. In the book, The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman, they explore the hidden infrastructure of reality. Get your copy today at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. The Grid by Marie D. Jones and Larry Flaxman. Hey, folks. How you doing? Welcome back. This is the Views Express for the 27th of January, 2014. Can you believe it's already 2014? I just graduated high school last year. What the hell's going on? No, I'm kidding. That's been quite some time ago. That's all right, folks. If you want to email me, ask me questions. No question is off limits. Please ask, or else you won't know. Free America Radio at USA.com. Free America Radio at USA.com. Please go to the website at freeamericaradio.us. And also go to wakingupthemasses.com. Listen to Kicking the Capstone with your host, Bob Brutus. And of course, to all the residents out in that area, I am broadcasting on Waking Up the Masses, 1650 a.m., micro-broadcasting to all of you residents in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. So, hello from the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada. Hey, wake up. I know. You're probably out there going, what? I'm awake. What? Go to Free America Radio on Facebook. There's a picture there. You got to scroll down to find it. It has a truck and it says, Stop Amnesty. Like if you agree illegal aliens should not be rewarded for breaking the law. Amen. Hey, freaking men, man. Do it legally, please. I don't care where you come from, Mexico, whatever. It doesn't matter. Don't come to this country illegally. We're going to kick your butt right back out. By the way, what part of $17 trillion in debt do you not understand? We don't have the money to pay for you anymore. We're done. By the way, did you know that China's broke now? Did you know that JP Morgan Chase is telling you, because of what happened through Target and Michaels and, all that, did you know that they're now limiting your withdrawals? I'm not a financial manager or financial advisor. I'm nothing. I'm not like that, okay? I don't give advice, but I would suggest, and this is completely up to you, whatever it is you want to do, you do because you feel is best for you. Take your money out of the bank. Take your money out of the bank. Why are you paying Wells Fargo and Citibank and all those places to shove your money into overseas bank accounts of big business and all these elites that want nothing to do but to enslave you? I mean, you're like paying for your own demise. Hello. Doesn't make sense to me. What, are you calling for a bank run? No. I'm asking you to make a decision that best fits your needs and the way that you see things. But I would suggest taking your money out of the bank. I would. Speaking of money, I went from amnesty to stop amnesty to money. But pretty much follow the money. You'll find out who's supporting amnesty here in the United States, and mostly it's about 99.9% of the Democrats and open borders people and all that. But follow the money. What is this thing about Bitcoin? I heard that J.P. Morgan Chase years ago patented cyber currency. Well, if that's the case, then Bitcoin is about as worthless as the toilet paper hanging on your roll in your bathroom. Is there any legitimate cyber currency that we can use? If my assessment of the situation is correct about Bitcoin. Look at it this way, folks. I hate to be a doom and gloomer, but I'm going to say this. The system has to collapse. It's on the verge right now. And metaphorically speaking, the doctor is yelling for the paddles. Yelling for the defibrillator. Because America, as you and I both know it and grew up in, is on the verge of flatlining. Okay? All you folks in Georgia, hello, Atlanta and Chickamauga, Georgia area. The United States of America, as you and I have known it and grown up in it for as long as we have, is collapsing. By the way, go talk to people who are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, and possibly 90s if they're still hanging around, and ask them, what was it like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago? My mother was born in 1931. And when she was 14 years old, World War II ended. And she told me that downtown Stockton, California was full of people in the streets. I mean, the streets were packed. You know, I've talked to other people from other countries. Where we live, there was a lady here from Poland. And she said, America is a socialist country, much like what Hitler did to Poland. So I don't want to hear it anymore. You people that say, oh, America's great. Obama's great. Yeah. Yay. No, he's not. Reality check, folks. We're living in a North American Union, socialist country, where Washington, D.C. is a city-state unto itself. Has nothing to do with the rest of the United States, much like the Vatican City in the Vatican in Rome, much like the City of London in downtown London. Has nothing to do with the city or with the rest of the country. We are living in a fascist country, folks, and I know that the president didn't come out and literally use the words, but he alluded to it in his speeches in the last several weeks and months. He's pretty much telling you, got to look through the code, folks, that he's the dictator. What did he say in one of his speeches years ago? If Congress doesn't get it done, I'll get it done. That's a dictator, folks. So all you Obama supporters, kiss my you-know-what. Because you people are just totally blind and stupid to what's going on. when 75% or more of the military, returning military, and current military, and law enforcement say that when their orders to take away your guns comes down the line, they're going to defy it because they know this is all wrong. Over 400, I believe it's now over 420 sheriffs across the country have said they will not take the firearms away from the American citizens. They will not. Military personnel have said they will defy orders to take away firearms from the American citizens. What's that tell you, folks? Former military are coming out who were way up there in ranks and in office and departments are saying it's just a matter of time before you see military personnel, UN blue-helmeted folk, come waltzing through your city and taking everything away from you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's up to you, folks. Entirely up to you. A little while ago, I mentioned that you should go to your city council meetings with, information like fluoride in the water and etc. You can also take this video if you'd like. If you can find a way to get it, you can go to YouTube and download it as well, I think. NASA admits chemtrails. It's from July 10th, 2013. You can just go to YouTube and find videos to download. Chemtrails are real, and other countries have said, yes, yeah, there are. Chemtrails are, it's not a conspiracy theory anymore, it's there. I remember when I was young, about 6, 7, 8 years old, somewhere around in there, and looking up into the sky and seeing these lines like somebody was playing tic-tac-toe in the sky. And I'm like, what the heck is that? I didn't know. I know now because I've researched it. Back then, somebody's, it's contrails. No, it's not condensation trails, idiot. It's chemtrails. Go look up the information. By the way, go look up the patents for the machines that go in the modified 737s and 747s. Go look them up. It's right there in front of your face. I don't want to look up nothing. I don't want my day to be ruined. Really? Have you looked around you in the last couple of minutes? Have you looked around you in the last couple of months, couple of years? You don't want your day to be ruined. I know some of my Christian friends are saying, well, we just have to pray to God that he just moves and intervenes on our behalf. Yeah, folks. Hey, Christians. Hello out there. Love ya. Really, really do. But get up off your knees. Lock and load. Protect your churches. Protect your freedoms. Protect your families. Do you think in the Revolutionary War of 1776 we had Christians sitting around praying? Oh, I'm sure we did. But I'm sure when the British Army came barreling through those doors of their churches, they took care of business the way they had to. So enough. I'm calling on all of my Christian friends to get up off your knees and to do what you have to do. Okay? You got to do it. Freedom or tyranny, which one do you want? I choose the first one. I don't know which one you choose, but that's entirely up to you, folks. From Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker, on Facebook. Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. DistortedReality.podbean.com. Go check out his episode. I was on an episode of his show just a week ago, so you might want to check that out too as well. He said, this was sent to me last night by a listener to the show. She came across the picture from a Facebook post. This is apparently in Surrey, British Columbia. Seems more of these structures are popping up. And Nick Tucker says, for those who haven't seen it, I've done a video regarding the Illuminati structure in Las Vegas, Nevada last year that you can see on my YouTube page. If you come across any such structures, send them in. It's a pyramid that says Walmart. Okay? You decide. Somebody, I saw a picture of the presidents, Bush, Sr., Bush Jr., Clinton, Reagan, all having an American flag behind them. But Obama doesn't have an American flag behind him in the press conferences. Somebody said, well, they've always had it. Really? Okay. It's not a question of whether or not they've always had this curtain behind them or this tapestry behind them. It's a matter of under Reagan and the Bushes and Clinton, they had a flag, American flag, stars, stripes. But with Obama, no such flag. Huh. Interesting. Florida, down there. Hey, Floridians down there. Florida, HB 733 would virtually nullify all federal gun control measures. That's what we need in every single state. Countrywide nullification. And the only way that you can get anything nullified as a group of states is a constitutional convention. What's a constitutional convention? Yeah, think about it. Look it up. Go to startpage.com. Look up Constitutional Convention. I think that's the phrase. It's basically all the states coming together, looking at Washington, D.C., and saying, screw you, we're going to stand on the 10th Amendment and do what we have to do. So screw all your laws. That's basically what it is. Okay? Hey, a little reminder. I want to remind people, because it is very, very important that people hear this show and listen to other shows like this. Nick Tucker, DistortedReality.podbean.com, Kicking the Capstone with Bob Brutus, WakingUpTheMasses.com. Go check them out. I mean, other shows. You can listen to other shows if you want. I listen to other shows. I listen to Pete Santilli. I listen to Alex Jones. I listen to Glenn Beck. I listen to, a bunch of other ones to get, ideas of why they are talking about what they talk about. Searching through the information that they talk about for my own education as to what's going on. Then I convey that to you. But we can be heard at 7 p.m. Eastern on Waking Up the Masses, 1650 a.m., micro-broadcasting to the Chickamauga, Georgia area. So hello to all you people out in that area. If you have any questions, no question is off limits, please ask. Free America Radio at USA.com. Free America Radio at USA.com. It is the 27th of January, 2014. Yes. It's important, folks, that we understand what is going on around the country. It is also important to know that, it is important to act. To act upon the things that we see going on. If we know that something's wrong, I can identify the tyranny in our country right now. If we know that is wrong, it is our duty as free and sovereign people, standing on the principles of liberty and freedom and our duty and responsibility to rebel against this nation. Let's do it peacefully, folks. Civil disobedience, going to your city council meetings, going to other places, don't do anything aggressive, you know what I mean? Defy unconstitutional laws by peacefully protesting. I mean, they did it in the Alamo a couple months ago. Remember that? They had a big old thing in the Alamo. People went down there armed. Yes, went down there armed. Apparently, there was no ammunition in any of the guns that were there, but no one was going to take the chance to find out. But they were all armed because they were protesting against illegal, unconstitutional laws. This is what we need to do. This is exactly what we need to do. Not go armed anywhere. But what I'm saying is civil disobedience. Start with the city council. Start with the county board of supervisors. Start with your local, people. Start with your local representatives. Go out from there. If one doesn't satisfy your need to change things, go someplace else. If they don't, go someplace else. If they don't, go to your capital of your state and say, enough's enough, jackass. I'm getting tired of this. California and New York are totally in the palm of the hand of the New World Order. California is done. It's over. It's no longer a part of the United States. New York, with their dictators, Governor Andrew Cuomo telling conservatives, you don't belong here. Telling gun owners, you don't belong here. And New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio saying the same thing. We don't want you here. What? What? You don't, what? Okay, it's done, folks. It's done. California's done. New York's done. That's two of the biggest states. But you also got to know they're both in the blue. They're both fully Democrats and liberals, and I mean, you name it, they're all there. It's just, so there you go. But they're done. They're over. They're done. It's done. How do you see it? What's in your area? Do you have more people assuming? You can almost anticipate people assuming in your area that you're something you're not. But what's going on in your area? I want to know. I'll even talk about it. If you got news coming out of your area, please send that to me at freeamericaradio@usa.com. That's freeamericaradio@usa.com. It's interesting that we have people on both sides of the aisle. Why do we have two parties? The Republicans, I believe, stood for, at one point, a free republic of people. The Democrats, well, sort of kind of wanted the same thing, except for they were the ones that were going to tell the people what to do. Yeah. I think they should have got a clue when the British asked George Washington if he wanted to be king. He looked at them and went, what? No, he told them no. He flat out said, no way. And you got to also look at it this way. Anybody that wants somebody in charge, anybody that wants a kingdom or a leader or a president or something, it's all good in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it just gets corrupted. Let's see. Can you take something out of history? Like the Roman Empire? It wasn't the Roman Empire first, it was the Roman Republic. And it got screwed up from the inside out because too many people, number one, too many supposed leaders wanted power. And number two, too many citizens wanted everything from the government. Kind of reminds me of another country I currently live in. It's going to collapse, folks. All I can say is lock and load and get prepared. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty. But let's hope it doesn't get that far. Okay? And by you getting out and going to your city council meeting, or, going to county board of supervisors, talking to people, even going to your governor's office, talking to them, it might help. Why do I sound so fatalistic? Because, folks, $17 trillion in debt, usdebtclock.org. That's not all. Derivatives to the tune of almost $2.5 quadrillion that they think we owe them. Let's take a page out of the book from Iceland, shall we? You know what their unemployment rate is right now? 2%. You know what our actual unemployment rate is? Somewhere cruising around 37 to 38%. Don't give me this crap. Well, that's not what the news says. That's not what my cable news says. Your cable news is lying to you there, moron. Yeah, your CNN in Atlanta lying through their teeth. Besides, they were dumb enough to hire Piers Morgan. That boy needs to get tarred and feathered, sent back home. Oh, that's right. He can't go back to England because they'd arrest him and throw him in prison. Yeah, go check out his little history of what happened to him. Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think he's over here? Yep. Anyway. What do we do, folks? What do we do? Well, what was it? In 2000 or in the presidential, campaigns of 99 and 2000 round in there when George W. Bush became president, people were saying, well, if he becomes president, I'm going to move to Canada. You know how many people went to Canada? Not very many. Yeah. I've been to Canada. Nice place. Nice place up there. Really is. Hey, hello, all you Canadians. I got family in Quebec, I think, somewhere up there. Yeah. So think about that. Remember 2004 when he ran for re-election and got re-elected for some odd reason? Stole it from Al Gore. Florida. Hey, what can I say? But, there, it's like, there he goes again, Anywho, folks, enough of me rambling. It's the top of the hour. I know you folks are probably going, this guy's insane. No, I'm not. Sharing with you the truth. One fact at a time. This is the views expressed right here on the Free America Radio Network.
Late Night in the Midlands is an alternative media that covers the truth, theory, and fact that the mainstream media won't talk about. We cover everything from the known and the unknown, the normal and the paranormal, the government lies and the government ties, and even their thrive. We tell what's coming, what's going, whether it be politics or archaeologists. We have an amazing fan base, and our shows are all archived to be heard millions of times more. So tell your friends, your family, and anybody you care about LateNightInTheMidlands.com. Become a member and be informed.
Get your morning started with the Morning Brew on 92.6 The Blitz. Music from the 60s, 70s, and more. The Blitz 92.6. Go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com.
Free Talk Live.
You give someone an ounce of liberty and they'll go around abusing it and harming everyone else with it.
If we legalize guns...
People will be shooting people everywhere.
Right.
If you legalize prostitution, people will be having sex on the street corners. If you legalize drugs, we'll have heroin vending machines in the streets. We've heard it all on Free Talk Live. They take it to the most absurd, illogical extremes, and you're absolutely right, Alexander. It's okay for them to have freedom.
Yeah, you can give them a gun. They won't go around shooting people. But watch out with their neighbor, because you give them a gun, they'll go around in a rampage around the city killing everyone.
But yes, they can be trusted, and apparently the government can be trusted too, because magically, we only elect the best of the best, the cream of the crop. The bureaucrats that are administering these programs are the upper echelon of society, the most trustworthy individuals.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes when I squint, I swear I can see a halo above their heads.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
Are you tired of the mainstream media? The media that is so biased, you wouldn't even let your dog listen to it? Well, there's an answer. Angel Club.
On RadioFreedom.us.
Just listen to her fans.
One hell of a writer. I've read a considerable amount of her articles and quite impressed.
Until Angel, my life was void of meaning.
I want to thank you for saving my goldfish from drowning.
I love Angel Clark's honesty and her down-to-earth concern about the people.
She is very dedicated.
Angel, we need you.
This Angel's a sexy woman. I think she's going to go places, but I don't know where.
Ladies and gentlemen, she does a good job.
If it wasn't for Angel,
you saved his life, and I will be indebted to you forever. SussexCountyAngel.com.
Be a part of Angel's Army.
Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on RadioFreedom.us.
Free Talk Live.
Do you guys have a zombie plan? I'm just wondering what this country's going to do if we had some sort of apocalypse like that.
Like a zombie attack.
Do?
People coming out of the ground, like in Thriller, like in Michael Jackson's
like 28
Thriller.
days later, like a virus or something.
Oh, okay.
I mean, people don't come back to life.
Well, no, there are different kinds of zombies out there.
Now,
but let me go through the types of zombies. I mean, you've got the ones that can crawl out of the ground, right? And then she was talking about like an infection kind of zombie, like a la Resident Evil, for instance. So ideally, if you're going to have to perish at the hands of a zombie, which would be the preference? Would you prefer to have your brains eaten, or would you prefer to become one of them?
I think I'd rather just die. The last thing I'd want is, of course, the people you split up with. Then I'm talking my wife and my child. I'm coming back. I'm wanting to eat Laura's brains. It's bad. It's bad.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM. What does freedom mean? Tune in to LRN.FM to find out. LRN.FM is the Liberty Radio Network, a collection of live talk radio and podcasts, all coming from a principled pro-liberty perspective. LRN.FM show hosts aren't left, right, or conspiracy kooks. You can tune in 24/7 to LRN.FM via your phone, computer, satellite, and more. Listen free anytime at LRN.FM. That's LRN.FM.
Sharing the truth, one fact at a time. Defending liberty and freedom. Fighting the New World Order. This is the Free America Radio Network. Yes, folks, the Free America Radio Network, right here with the Views Expressed Live. I am your host, Reverend Wayne S. Pierce. For the 27th of January, 2014. Man, it's 2014 already. Holy crap. Where'd the time go? You know what I'm saying? God. Hey, I want I want to say hello to all you folks out there on the East Coast. It is the top of the hour over there, or shortly thereafter. You're listening to me on Waking Up the Masses, 1650 AM, micro-broadcasting to the Chickamauga, Georgia area. How are you on this fine Monday evening? Yes, email me, freeamericaradio@usa.com, freeamericaradio@usa.com. Go to freeamericaradio.us, go to the sponsors page. If you wish to sponsor the show, you can. Those rates are great for another few days, and then after that the page is coming down, and then more savings to you as soon as I develop some more packages. Also, if you don't want to do that, you can donate. Yes, we're going to the next level. Please donate. That would be great. Yes. Also have a store there, Liberty and Freedom Network merchandise, if you'd like. Yes, I'm got a store there. All that does is support the network. That's all. Yeah, that's it. That's all you're doing. Anyway, where do I go from here, folks? I have Free America Radio on Facebook. Yeah, Free America Radio on Facebook, or as I like to call them, Fake Book. Did you know that Google and all of that listen to you on Google Chrome? Oh, you didn't know that? Huh, interesting. From MaxKaiser.com, I like him. The most important headline you'll read this year. Iceland reaches towards 2% unemployment. Hang on. Yes. Yes. How am I sounding, by the way? I know Bob Brutus from WakingMasses.com is there. In the Spreaker chat. Go check out his show, Kicking the Capstone. You want to know? There you go. MaxKaiser.com. The most important headline you'll read this year. Iceland reaches towards 2% unemployment after letting banks fail in 2008. Okay? Yes. Something we should have done many years ago. Let the car companies fail, let the banks fail, you know why? 2 and 2, folks. Still comes the 4 in my book, unless you've gone and connected yourself with Common Core curriculum, which is a bunch of bull crap. Johnny, what's 2 plus 2? 5? Good enough. Anyway. But yes, what would have happened if we would have allowed the banks, the car companies, and all of them to just totally collapse? Where would we be? Well, I would think, I'm not a financial guy. I don't look at the stocks. I'm not an expert like Max Kaiser or Gerald Celente. So, what would have happened? In my opinion, the stock market, the NYSE, would have dropped considerably below 10,000. Okay?